The United States President office is the powerful office in the world, and now the country is going to conduct its 59th presidential election on 3rd November 2020. And this election has already proven remarkable for breaking records. So in this video, let's discuss about how US elects its president. And in this process, we'll come across some interesting terms like primaries, caucuses, electors, electoral college, swing states, delegates, etc. So to know what are all these, watch the video till the end. Hello everyone, I am Vikasini. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, consider subscribing. So the US political system is majorly dominated by two parties. They are Republican Party, also known as the Grand Old Party, and the Democratic Party. And here the President of the United States is elected indirectly. And by the 22nd Constitutional Amendment, a person cannot be elected as a president for more than 2 terms. So most of the democracies in the world elect their leader through popular vote. That is, the person who wins the majority wins the election. But in US, they do it little differently. So now let's come to the election process. The presidential election process is a 1-year long-term process, includes 5 steps. There are primaries and caucuses, national convention, general election, electoral college, and inauguration. So now let's discuss all this one by one. So the first step is primary and caucuses. So this is the nominating process of the presidential candidate. Actually, the constitution does not include this process. This was gradually developed by the political parties to make the nomination process easy. So here the state held either primary elections or the caucuses. So now let's know about caucuses. So here caucuses are the elections run by the political parties. That means in caucuses, the members of the political party gather in town halls, schools or in gyms and form in different groups for the candidate they are in support. And the discussion and the debates held in between the groups on why they are supporting the candidate and what are its policies. So in this process, the members of the group can change their mind and switch to another groups also. And this process go on until they elect the delegates. Now let's know about primaries. So primaries are conducted by the state governments. It is nothing like about a standard election. But the difference is primaries are of 2 types, open primaries and closed primaries. So open primaries, in this the election is open for everyone. Any person can come and vote for the candidate. But in the closed primaries, only the members of the political party vote. Super Tuesday. It is the day when the greatest number of the states conduct primary elections, and it is the single biggest voting day. So on this day, the 14 states including Alabama, California, Texas and other 11 states conduct primary elections. So like this, by the votes polled on the open primaries and the closed primaries, they elect the delegates who are pledged to vote on the candidate on national convention. What are these delegates? So these delegates are the local leaders, state representatives or officials. The second step is national convention. The US Presidential National Convention is a political event to announce the party's presidential candidate for the White House. So when the states have completed their primary elections and caucuses, the delegates who got elected across the country gather in a stadium. So here the delegates will vote for the presidential candidate whom they have pledged to vote. And the candidate who wins more delegates votes will be announced as the party's presidential candidate. If no person gets the majority, they will go for voting again. So here the super delegates will vote. So these super delegates are the party's officials or the party's representatives or state representatives, and they can vote for any person. So like this, they will elect the party's presidential candidate, and a candidate will announce its vice president. Election campaign. The candidate campaigns throughout the country to win the general public support. As we know, there are 50 states in United States. A dozen of states are swing states or battleground states. In this swing state, either Republican Party or the Democratic Party have the equal chances to win. So the candidate spends most of its time and money in these swing states. And a candidate who wins most of the swing states ends up becoming the president. And these swing states will be changing for every election. And presently, the swing states are Arizona, Florida, Texas, Iowa, etc. And another important part in campaigning is presidential debates, and both the candidates will be participating in these debates, and there will be 3 presidential debates conducted by the Commission on Presidential Debates, and the topics will be decided by the commission itself, and the person who monitors these debates will be asking questions to the candidates. The third step is general election. So in US, the election day is scheduled on first Tuesday in November. So on this day, all the states along with District of Columbia conduct elections for the Electoral College, and on the election day, all the people go to their assigned polling stations and vote. For the persons who cannot go and vote in polling stations, they will be applying for absentee ballot. In this, a ballot will be sent to the homes and the person will fill it and drop it in a secure box. And interestingly, in 2016, 245 million people are actually eligible for vote, and less than 140 million people have actually voted in the elections. Due to coronavirus pandemic, record-breakingly, more than 80 million people have already voted through early voting process, and there is also increase in mail-in voting also. On the election day, people actually vote for the electors who will be forming as the Electoral College. So, and the job of this electors is to elect the president and the vice president. Now let's know about what is this Electoral College. The fourth step is Electoral College. The Electoral College is made up of 538 electorates. The number of electorates a state gets depends on the number of Congress members they have, and the candidate who wins the 270 or the more electorates will becomes the president. So here there is a rule called the winner takes it all. This means, for example, in a state, if a candidate wins the major electoral votes, he will get the entire electoral votes to him. For example, if we see California has 55 electoral votes. If a candidate gets the majority, then how simple majority it is, he will get the all 55 electoral votes. So this is called the winner takes it all, and this is the way how we elect a president in India also. These electors of each state will meet in the state capital on first Monday, on second Wednesday in December, and elects the president and the vice president. And the person who gets the majority of 270 or more than votes, he will become the president. So what if no candidate gets the majority? So this is called the tie break. Here, the House of Representatives will elect the president and the Senate will elect the vice president. And this has only happened in 1824. The fifth step is called inauguration. The new president officially takes the oath on January 20, 2021. And this is called the inauguration, which is held on the footsteps of Capitol building in Washington, D.C. So here completes the election process of the US president. So hope you all understood the process. So please do like the video, share the video, and consider subscribing my channel. And I'm going to post my next video on next Monday. Until then, thank you.